Good evening and welcome to Universal Spiritualism. We have our trance evening tonight with Niko and his guides and inspirers, Noah. Can you just let me know whether my signal's all right? Because I look as though I'm jumping all over the place. So hello to Heini, hi Rebecca, hi Amanda, hi Mel. Welcome and thank you for joining us. I will bring Niko on stage. His signal is always good. I have no idea what's happening with mine. I've just seen that there's a nick in the actual cable, so that might be it. Oh, it's slightly distorted now. Well, I'll pass over to Niko and his guides and inspirers, Noah. Niko has already gone into trance, so he will be speaking. Noah will be speaking directly through him. Good evening.
Greetings to you, my dear one. Once more, my dear, we offer our gratitude to you for selflessly providing us this platform to be heard, my dear. And greetings to all who have joined, who are listening, and who shall listen in the days to follow. We offer our gratitude to each of you as well. Our honor and our respect that you have joined, that you exemplify your courage to continue your journeys of remembrance, despite the backlash, confusion, and the worries you face through this sacred act. Many of you have heard the term surrender when one is focusing on communication with our realm. Most importantly so, as it pertains to this form of communication. But understand, my dear ones, surrender is not perceived as your human intellect perceives it. You are not surrendering your essence. You are surrendering the need, the ego's desire to control. Understand that even your physical journey is not controlled by you. Your essence is mostly controlled, created by the ego's need, the ego's desires, the ego's defense to criticism. Without the ego, my dear ones, your essence would not truly understand the human journey. So the surrender many speak of is surrendering this perceived identity your ego has created in order to remember your essence, the softness, the power, the love, your true identity. Once more, recognize that essence communicates with essence. Essence does not communicate with physical form. This is where many are confused for the teachings of your realm. Speak otherwise. It is your essence, my dear ones, the collaborator, the pureness of love. The ego does not gain access nor entry into our realm, for it is not pure. Trust your essence, my dear ones. Not only when each is discovering the passageway of connection to essence, but trust your essence as you are journeying through your physical realm. For you may perceive that your strength lies within the ego. Your true strength, your courage, always rests within your essence. I thank you, my dear one.
I know my signal is pretty bad, so I'm going to turn my video off, and hopefully that will give me a better signal and you'll be able to hear me better. So, hi Rebecca, Teresa, hi Kay Weezy, hi Michelle. Right, Karen Berry. What I'm going to do is our usual Sunday evening where we will ask if there's questions that you want to ask about the spirit world. We'll do those first, and then move on to guidance, and then move on to messages from our loved ones. So to start us off, we've got Karen Berry. Is it possible this human journey to live in trust and alignment with your essence?
Repeat that once more, my dear, if you don't mind.
Is it possible on this human journey to live fully in trust and alignment with your essence?
My dear, recognize that you have posed your question through your intellect. You, my dear, are still viewing that your humanness is separate from your essence. Hence, you mentioned alignment. You are viewing, my dear, through the lens of your physical form, which equates to your belief that you truly are your identity. The alignment, my dear, that you are questioning does not derive from your physical realm. Your alignment is your essence, and your essence is aligning to the physical form. So alignment, my dear, is always in existence, as is the strength in numbers, if you will. Many who are assisting you, also essence. For your essence, my dear, is much more expansive than you can comprehend at this time. But you are still viewing your identity in the limited world. When, my dear, the time arises, and you do begin to view your existence through the lens of your highest essence, you will recognize that you have always been aligned. For this is not your physical journey. It is the physical journey of your essence, my dear. And that alignment has been designed prior to your incarnation into your realm. This is where there is struggle. This is where you find struggle. Receiving the communication essence to essence. For you are distorting the connection, my dear. Your perception is that essence is communicating to your physical form. Remove that notion, my dear. Your physical form merely serves as the vessel to your essence. You, your identity, your creation is not the vessel, my dear. It is the essence attached to the vessel. Surrender into it. Trust it. Accept it. Remove this fear which you carry with you, my dear. For your fear is unique, is it not? You are fearing that if you do accept your own essence, that your identity alters greatly. But now you are perceiving your journey as that you are in control. You are not meant. You are not required. You are not expected to be of service to others, to answer others, to help others, to protect others. You are viewing now your physical journey as your own. And your fear is that if you accept that you are in essence, will you lose that innate power? Will you lose your self-identity? And yet, my dear, this is still misconstrued. For what you are experiencing, this liberation, if you will, is not being freed from those in your realm. It is freeing your essence. So recognize, my dear, the underlining in the sense of liberation. And also remember that this too is part of your alignment. The sacred design already created. And you are merely stepping into the alignment of your human consciousness. Trust the surrender, my dear. Remember your essence. Allow your essence to highlight, if you will, your destiny, your purpose, and your path. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We have Maureen Geegan, who is asking a two-part question. Are you channeling spirit right now? Are they talking through you? Is it possible for spirit to pop in when they have a message to convey randomly through another person? Because I have had, and it's only my feeling, random experiences that were profound to me and meaningful.
My dear one, allow me to echo the previous answer, my dear. The physical form is the vessel of the essence which is attached to it. Your energetic field, my dear, lies outside the physical form. Your breath is what anchors your essence into the physical form. The expansiveness of your essence, my dear, of your energetic field, enables many essences to reside. Those who you have experienced a physical relationship with, who no longer serve the physical realm, are also located within this energetic field. So our essences, my dear, will honor you, respect you, love you, who have agreed to assist you on your physical journey. We also, my dear, possess an honorable, loving bond with the essence of this vessel, which we are utilizing in order for you to hear the words. A bond, my dear, so great, so powerful, eternal, profound in love, that no one in your realm possesses the ability to understand. It is a pure connection, deeply rooted in unconditional love, my dear. And as the breath is the anchor from essence to form, so too does the breath serve as the function for speech of the physical form. So we are merging, if you will, my dear, with essence, which translates to the breath serving two presences, my dear. And the physical form's natural function is to utilize the breath in order for speech to occur. The difficulty is when one's brain, one's physical thoughts does not recognize the different frequencies within the breath. But once one remembers their essence, my dear, the human brain no longer interferes. And this form of communication is effortless. Trust, my dear, that you also possess the exact same ability. You have received glimpses of what is to come. You are being reminded gently and lovingly of your purpose along your physical journey to also selflessly provide the physical form as the vessel for another voice to be heard into your realm from ours. There's nothing to fear, nothing to question. And indeed, my dear, we are other essences, my dear. We join as one, collective, if you will, to bring forth messages combined in love. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We have Michelle Oliver saying, is it possible that while I fall asleep, that I am not actually sleeping?
Indeed, my dear.
Sorry, she goes on to say, but I enter into somewhere else, perhaps a different dimension or somewhere else. I've woken up confused, but remembering.
Indeed, my dear. What is occurring, my dear, is that you are glimpsing your parallel realities, my dear. Understand, my dear one, your essence does not reside within your physical form as mentioned. It resides just outside the physical form, my dear, in a vast and expansive energetic field. Your true essence, my dear, resides elsewhere. Your highest essence, my dear, also a version of you, serves as a navigator, if you will, my dear, of your physical journey. It holds the blueprint of this incarnation and is consistently guiding you toward the alignment we spoke of earlier. Within this physical form, my dear, in order to be deeply rooted within the human existence. Notice how your conscious mind is overactive, focusing solely on your realm, which causes great difficulty to receive that guidance. And when one is within the sleep state, my dear, the conscious mind is the best. They are more prone to receive messages. What is occurring with you, my dear, is not only receiving delicate messages, but also a gentle reminder that your essence also exists, my dear, in various parallel realities. For it is futile, my dear, for your true essence to project the essence to one incarnation only. It possesses the ability, my dear, to project its essence to multiple versions across multiple realities, multiple realms, all one shared breath, if you will, my dear, all one shared energetic field. So if you, with your physical eyes, are unable to recognize the vastness, the depth, and the intensity of your own energetic field, trust me, dear, that it is indeed interlinked with the same energetic field across multiple realms, dimensions, and incarnations. And why, my dear, are you receiving these visions at this precise time in your realm? For there is much to come, my dear. Many changes, much information of presences beyond your realm. Also, my dear, recognize that even in essence, my dear, your essence is indeed within a galactic realm. A realm which exceeds energetic frequency of yours. The version of you, my dear, in that realm is the one instrumental with delivering this insight within your dream state, my dear. So you have noticed that these visions of these dreams appear to be otherworldly, if you will, realms you do not recognize. And yet you also sense that it is you within these visions. Trust that, my dear. This transfer of information is between essence and essence. Your own. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Rebecca Whelan has asked, I have been told recently I've been doing some automatic writing. Could you tell me anything about this writing? She also asks about drawing in an earlier post as well.
Indeed, my dear one. As you are witnessing, my dear, this form of communication, where the human mind is at rest, my dear, and there is no resistance. There's only trust and a willingness and an openness of vulnerability, where the blending is essence to essence, my dear. The essence attached to the physical form is the one we are collaborating with, joined with, merged as one. So even, my dear, if this vessel was to provide the tools to write. The physical arm, my dear, would move automatically. The same with art. It is still, my dear, considered the expression of this particular form of communication. Notice, my dear, as you do begin to write, your human consciousness becomes aware of the words of the paper, where your concern would be wondering if your writing would be eligible, or if perhaps you will write beyond the constraints of the paper. But when you do not resist, my dear, when you do not think, you do not worry, and you merely trust, my dear, it is all the same transference of energy, either through words being spoken or words being written, or art being drawn. It is the same energetic transference, my dear. And also notice, my dear one, how the mind perceives this form of communication as dangerous and it fears it. And yet the mind accepts writing through the same form of communication. This is the conditioning of the mind of your realm, my dear, the teachings which infuse fear in order to prevent many in your realm from truly connecting to their essence and other essences as well, my dear. So if this modality of writing eases your fear, allows comfort, safety, and the perception that is still spirit-led, my dear, then I strongly urge you to continue. For the more you sense the essence of spirit near as you are writing, my dear, the less fear is attached. And the more you shall be also gently guided to continue developing your accessibility to this form of communication, my dear. Trust the process. Do not be discouraged, my dear, and do not resist that which is to come. Trust yourself, my dear, for then you are trusting your essence. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Kathleen Connor asks, I feel lost. Will things get clearer in the next few weeks?
And my dear, if I may add to that, congratulations for feeling as you do. Notice, my dear, the caterpillar also feels lost, as you say, prior to becoming, transforming into the butterfly. When one senses, my dear, confusion, when one cannot pinpoint accuracy with direction of their journey, this equates to change, my dear, a crossroads, if you will. Rather than focusing on what is to come, rather than reflecting with regret of the past, focus solely on the present, my dear. There is much to learn within this idle state you are experiencing. As you are reflecting as you are assessing relationships, career choices, are you reflecting on your own self, my dear? Are the patterns still in effect? Do you offer love with limits? Are you haste with your responses, your forgiveness, your trust? This is a time, my dear, for inner reflection. Are you mirroring your essence? Are you speaking with love? Are you offering compassion, patience, generosity, forgiveness to all? Or are you still judging, my dear? Holding many at arm's length for fear of being hurt once more? This is not persecution, my dear, as you view it to be. This is merely a physical journey. The intention is to experience all that you have. The intention was always, my dear, to learn through new emotions you live through as physical form. Recognize this, my dear, as your truth. Continue reflecting, my dear. And I assure you, once you understand once more that you are in essence, once you recognize that all experiences were intentional, nothing is random, the path ahead, my dear, shall illuminate for you once more. So welcome this moment of your journey with open arms, for there is much growth to occur, many lessons to remember, and clarity for what is to come, my dear. Do not fear, merely trust. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Lorraine Ahmed is asking when. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying. There we are. Got it. Hello, Niko. I would love to know how my spiritual path is going and my gifts, please.
My dear, in your realm, there is a perception that each possesses unique gifts, talents. In your realm, my dear, the perception is that connection to our realm is reserved for a few. In your realm, my dear, perception is that the destination is the focus. Hence your question, your inquiry of your status, of your development, and what is to come. But allow me, my dear, to insert truth. Each one incarnated with physical form is an essence. Each one possesses the ability as a birthright, if you will, to be a vessel, to offer service to our realm, to honor their essence, and speak as their essence, conduct integrity as their essence, compassion and love as their essence, forgiveness as their essence, through the physical form into your realm. When one, my dear, is questioning their development, if you will, all one must do is reflect on all that I mentioned. For the more one remains humble, my dear, allows their vulnerability to shine through their words and their actions and their attention into your realm, the more one is reflecting their true essence, the more one recognizes the passageway, if you will, to true connection. And it is through that passageway, if you will, my dear, through that connection, that one recognizes that their service has always been to a realm, not to your realm. So when one speaks of gifts, when one questions if they are serving properly, one is also viewing that their service is to your realm. And this is a distortion, my dear, of the truth. So recognize, my dear, you are in essence. And recognize that regardless of the modality which resonates and aligns with the purpose of your physical journey, you are and always shall remain in essence, my dear. Honor that. Be of service to your essence. Be of service to our realm. And then, my dear, there will be no need for questions to support that service. There will be no need to receive praise from either realms. There will be no need to question how you are navigating into your realm, my dear. There will only be trust that you are being guided through your conscious mind on the steps to take along your physical journey. And always remember, my dear, though you are providing the physical steps along your physical journey, you are not taking those steps alone. Your own essence is walking alongside you, shadowing the steps, as are other powerful essences assisting you, my dear. Always remain humble, my dear. Always allow your light to shine brightly in love. This is how you mirror your essence. And thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Mel asks, when or how do we meet our spirit guides? Do they make themselves known, or do we need to go in search for them?
And once more, my dear, your question arises from your physical realm, my dear. In your realm, my dear, proof is a necessity for each one in your realm. Relies heavily on their own identity, their titles. A journey the ego has constructed as purposeful. So just as you, within physical form, my dear, recognize others by their titles, their status, achievements, roles, there's an automatic assumption that their titles define them and your title defines you. This is the way of your realm, my dear. As mentioned earlier, controlled by the ego. Notice how, my dear, even those who do pledge to be of service to our realm are boasting on who their guides are. But it is not, my dear, a matter of these essences who are assisting you. Boasting as well. Remember, my dear, there is no ego in our realm, nor in your essence. Well, one is attempting to recognize the essences assisting them. The question lies, my dear, on whether they are attempting to connect with them through love, through the pureness of essence, through the same level of honor these essences bestow upon you. Or, my dear, is the ego seeking their identity to gain worth in the eyes of others who are boasting and who is assisting them? Humility, my dear. What matters is not the identity of the essences assisting you. It is the clarity of the message, of the guidance, of the inspiration, of the leadership, of the trust that is being offered by those essences in order to assist you on this one physical journey. To recognize their presence, my dear, is through trust. The simple gestures, the subtle sensations, the recognition, my dear, that their essence is energy, and energy transfers into thought. And then, my dear, for you to assess if these new thoughts, if you will, are your own, or have they been telepathically transmitted into your thoughts? For you to recognize the message at hand. And remember, my dear, the journey does not end once you recognize who these essences are that are assisting you. The journey only begins at that moment, my dear. For ask yourself, what are the limits of how they assist you? Are there any? The true journey, my dear, is not only reaching the understanding, the remembrance, the clarity of a certain few essences who are assisting you, but to recognize that they are guiding you in order for you to remember your own essence, my dear, and to connect to the highest essence, my dear. For it is through that alignment, my dear, that your purpose and your journey truly matters. This is when you recognize other parallel selves through the shared highest essence. Do not set expectations, my dear one, nor demands, for those both reflect the ego. And as mentioned earlier, my dear, the ego is not permitted to enter through the channels of love. Remain humble, patient, and offer gratitude, my dear, even for the slightest remembrance you receive. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Bernadette Connolly asks, I've been told that when I astral travel, I go to the lower levels to do certain things, and because of this, I have distortion, kind of like static, being in between channels. How do I disconnect from this?
First, my dear one, allow me to ask you, who is the source that you are receiving this information from? If, my dear, the source is another physical realm, recognize, my dear, this information is being delivered through the lens of that physical form. Every time, my dear, each of you receives information, guidance from another in physical form, it comes with its limits, my dear. For they too, along their journey, have allowed the teachings, the misinterpretations, to alter their thinkings in a specific fashion, my dear. Though their information may be perceived as vital and transformational, it is still, my dear, information being delivered by another within your realm. And that information, my dear, is not always accurate. For any information, my dear, delivered through our realm will never attach levels, will never attach negativity, will never attach fear. This is how one is able, my dear, to decipher the truth to misinterpretations. Now, as mentioned earlier, my dear, as we were focusing upon the dream state, and even earlier before that, as we were focusing on this form of communication, it is when the conscious mind, my dear, rests enough that your essence, my dear, possesses the ability to deliver messages telepathically, in the knowing, intuition, where you recognize it as truth, even if it seems foreign to the conscious mind. And even now, my dear, this vessel, through this transmission, where do you perceive his consciousness resides, my dear? What you refer to as astral projection, what you refer to as near-death experience, what you refer to as remote viewing, all of these terminologies used in your realm, my dear, all equate to the same exact moment where the conscious mind rests enough, my dear, that the altered state of consciousness occurs. And how does this occur, my dear? As your physical form, it always remains in your physical realm. Just as all modalities, my dear, all connection to spirit, my dear, never includes your physical form. It is and always has been your essence. So this astral projection you mentioned, my dear, never truly occurs. What occurs, my dear, is that your essence, within its own expansiveness, is always traveling, never ceases. Your essence is everywhere at all times. Hence the word projection. But my dear, also recognize that each one's physical journey is tailored according to the specific growth intended for your highest essence. And as you are viewing the projection, my dear, as a travel from the physical form to another realm, that too is intentional in order for your journey to provide specific insight, growth, to elevate your highest essence. But also, my dear, because you posed the question, it is obvious that the answer was required for you to hear, which is also part of your growth, your understanding, your transformation. All once more, my dear, directed to the growth and ascension of your highest essence. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you so much. Well, unfortunately, we're coming to time, and I know that you like to have a few ending words for us all, Noah. So if I could pass over back to you, you've got about 34 minutes for some final words. Thank you.
Much gratitude once more, my dear. Once more, my dear ones, recognize that each of the questions, each word spoken, each message received, each moment of clarity, each moment of rejection and doubt, this is all energy, my dear ones. This all occurs within each of your essences. The focus should not be if the clarity has been achieved, or if there is still confusion, or if one is adamant about their belief and is rejecting what they heard. What matters most, the relevance, my dear ones, is that each of you appear today to listen, and many shall listen in the days to follow. This occurrence is not happening in your realm. It is happening in ours. Each of your essences, my dear one, are aware that this is the moment of your realm's transformation. Each of your essence is sending these telepathic messages through energy, where your thought offers an acquisitive sensation to listen, to join. Some sense even more importance to join than others. That too is irrelevant. This is how one begins to notice the gentle nudge, direction, guidance of your own essences. Trust in that, my dear ones. For ask yourselves, why do you fear? Why do you question? Why do you dismiss? As it is still you. How can one fear themselves? And much honor and respect to each. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you so much, Noah. And while Niko returns from his trance, I'll just fill you in with what's happening tomorrow. We're starting off at 10 o'clock in the morning, as usual, on a Monday with Amanda. And then we have Sheila at 3:30 with readings, Lynn 5 o'clock with reading. 6 o'clock, we've got healing, as we do with every night of the week. And on Monday, it's with Nicole. And then at 8 o'clock, we've got Fulvia's last tarot class. If you're interested in having notifications of when we go live, then just go to our page on Live Psychic Readings and click on the Subscribers Hub. It's $99 a month. So you're more than welcome to join us on there. There's extra bits and bobs from now and again on there as well. If you're interested in getting a list of 50 to 60, sometimes even more, on events each day to your to a page, then go to my page, Veronica Jenkins, and go to the Subscribers Hub there. And in the Subscribers Hub, you'll get daily lists of every online spiritualist event that I can find. It's £3.49 a month for that. Niko also has books for sale. You can find those on his website, nikothemedium.com. They're also on the book section of my site, Being a Medium. So thank you so much for joining us here this evening. Niko is back with us on Tuesday at 9 o'clock. And then he gives us evidential trance mediumship. So that's when the real focus is on messages from your loved ones in spirit, where tonight is much more about that guidance and information about the spirit world. Hi, Niko. Glad to have you back.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Thank you very much, and have a lovely rest of your evening, day, and see you again soon. Bye.